Hello, everybody, and welcome to Central Cabarrus High School for the matchup between the Central Cabarrus Vikings and the Coxmill Chargers. An early game start today. This game originally slated to start at 6:30, however, bumped up due to impending possible rain. So getting another 4 o'clock start here for these two teams. They met last Tuesday, just a couple days ago, where Central Cabarrus took home the victory 5-4. And tied Coxmill in the SPC conference standing. So the Chargers look to bounce back here and keep their hopes at a conference title alive, while Central Cabarrus does the exact same.
So that voice you were just hearing, that's David. My name is AJ, and this game is a crucial one for both of these teams. They each have 3 games left in the season, and realistically, if these guys want to have a chance at the conference title, and if these guys want to have a chance at making the playoffs, they have to win tonight. This is a vital game for both of these teams' seasons, and basically, this makes or breaks your season tonight.
Yeah, and as we just heard, AJ Darbett starting for the Vikings on the mound. He was their big bat in the last game, in the last meeting of these two teams. However, he takes the mound tonight, and Connor Welker, the starting second baseman, my bad.
Connor
for
Welker,
the Chargers.
This is the first time he'll be the leadoff man all season. Usually it's a spot for Nick Aldifer, who got bumped down to the 2 for today, but Welker, with the team's highest batting average, will be starting off leadoff today.
Welker shows bunt, and that's going to be a first pitch strike by Darbett. Count moves to 0-1. Welker stands fairly far back in the box. It's the closest view we've had of these guys all season. Welker puts this one on a line to right. It's going to be caught by the right fielder, and quickly after 2 pitches, there's one away.
Good contact there for Welker. Unfortunately, it's right at a guy, and
Richie Hunter
in right field. But our location today a lot different than what we're used to. Usually we're up in the press box about 30 feet back from home plate, but today we're literally sitting right behind the wall, a couple feet from home plate.
The shortstop, Nick Aldifer, will step into the batter's box next. Normally batting in the leadoff position. He looks at a first pitch ball, 1-0. Aldifer has really found a way to get on base, especially these last 2 games, pretty efficiently, as he swings at one there and fouls it off. It's going to roll into fair play, however, dead ball.
That hit off his leg. You can tell he's not happy about that one.
Yeah.
Getting back to coach, try to regain his bearings. He's got 1 apiece, so definitely not a hole, but
this is the most interesting Coxmill lineup that we have seen so far. Everybody's kind of in a different position where they're typically batting at, and from coach's eyes, I guess he's looking for some extra production. Aldifer looks at a pitch just high and out of the zone, 2-1.
But some big changes in that lineup. As we said before, Connor Welker has been 6 or 7 hole all season. He finds himself leadoff today. But also Marty Gare, for the first time this season, hitting and pitching in the same game.
Yes. Darbett's next pitch is a bouncer that goes just in front of the plate. It's going to be his 3rd ball of the at-bat and move us to a 3-1 count.
Now, I feel Marty's inclusion in the lineup today has to do with his absolute meteorite home run we saw yesterday, or on Tuesday.
Aldifer puts the 3-1 pitch into the left center gap. It's going to be fielded by the center fielder. He will trot around first and head back to the base. But the Chargers with a 1-out single here, as Cale Ayler will now step to the plate.
Just good contact there. Way to work the count and get the money ball pitch you're looking for.
Absolutely.
So Aldifer will mark the first base runner of the game for Coxmill as Cale Ayler comes up to hit.
And that is exactly why he has been the #1 guy all season, because he's figured a way to do that every single time he's gotten up to plate. So now Cale Ayler, playing in left field for the Chargers tonight, will step into the lefty's batter box. Nick Aldifer with a 2 or 3 pace lead out there over at first, but Darbett will deliver home. First pitch delivered to Ayler is a pitch high and just outside of the zone. We've seen Darbett miss there a couple times in the last at-bat to Aldifer, 1-0.
And this is a good chance for us to really take a look at Cale Ayler's open stance. It's a really unique stance. You can see his right foot is about a couple inches back behind his back foot, and then he steps forward into the very front of the box with a very wide open stride.
I really, really like his stance. It's a little bit of a mock-down version of what Eric Davis used to do for the Cincinnati Reds. But that next pitch was just another fastball that rode out of the zone, and so be a meeting at the mound.
And we apologize for any wind sounds that you may hear. We unfortunately do not have any expensive noise suppression software.
No, we do not.
You're just going to hear a couple gusts here and there. Hopefully it won't be too bad.
It is a windy one here at Central. Wind blowing pretty much directly at us at home plate from center field. Next pitch misses just low for Darbutt. So 2 miss high and 1 miss low, and that leads to 3 balls and no strikes. Ayler sets. Darbutt readies. His kick and delivery is a breaking pitch just hitting the inner part of the zone. Nice pitch to get the first strike on the board, 3-1.
And the big story of the game on Tuesday for Central was getting those runs early, scoring 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third to give them their 5 runs in the game. It really set the tone early, and this is a big opportunity for Coxmill to do the same.
Aldifer stealing, and he will be safe. The ball's going to trickle out into the outfield. He's going to advance to third, and Ayler does not advance, so the umpire called a strike on that last pitch from Darbutt, so the count runs full, as now the Chargers have a runner 90 feet away with only 1 out away in the top of the first.
You know, David, that play looked exactly like something that had happened on Central's behalf on Tuesday to score them one of their runs, and especially in the first inning. We got some sirens there in the background.
The 3-2 delivery from Darbutt. Swing and a miss from Cale Ayler. Bullock will tag him to make sure he didn't swing through that one. Officially tagged the out. It'll be 2 away in the inning. And Tyler Zadalis, batting in the 4-hole, will now step up to the plate. The third baseman, only a sophomore, and this is really the first time we've been able to kind of see him play. He's a big dude.
He's a very big guy. Lots of confidence in his walk-up. That's just in his walk-up.
First pitch from Darbutt's going to be down and away, bouncing out of the glove of Bullock. It'll go for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, Aldifer's getting a really, really big jump. He's almost getting onto the grass a little bit further, at least on that last pitch. We'll see if he does the same thing here. The kick from the righty is a breaking pitch called strike over the plate, and that evens us at a 1-1 count.
It's a good 1-0 pitch, but it kind of does tell the story of your breaking pitch early in the at-bat, especially against a skilled hitter like Zadalis. Maybe it'll help him later in the AB when you're trying to throw the same pitch.
Nobody holding Aldifer on at third. Darbutt's next pitch is a ball just low. Didn't look like a bad pitch, however, Bullock was a bit out of position there and kind of fumbled to make sure he got the glove on that, and so I'm sure that had some sort of assistance in the umpire calling that one a ball. Got some sirens wailing in the background. We do apologize about that. Another nice breaking pitch slides just over the top corner, and that'll even the count at 2-2 with 2 outs. So the Chargers hypothetically down to their last strike in the top of the first.
You could say so, but it's only a 2-2 count. Aldifer stands 90 feet away at third.
Darbutt kicks and delivers, and that's going to be a fastball. Cold strike 3. Bullock rolls the ball back to the mound in celebration, and so Central Cabarrus will get out of the inning. The Chargers strand 1. We are still scoreless as Central Cabarrus will come up to bat here in the bottom of the first from Central Cabarrus High School. We'll be right back with you here on the Coxmill Sports Network. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Central Cabarrus High School as Caleb Koffler will step in.
Is it Keffler? Apparently
Keffler.
he also goes like CJ.
Caleb C.J. Keffler. Something.
Yeah,
But
we'll figure it out.
thank you to the EPA for getting us that announcing. But the shortstop steps in, and Marty Gare will be the starting pitcher for the Chargers, as that'll be a first pitch strike that bounces out of the glove of Maroney, 0-1.
Yeah, Marty Gare definitely the ace of this Charger team.
Koffler, a very wide stance in the box, and he's going to swing through another fastball. Marty quickly ahead, 2 strikes and no balls.
A challenge that a lot of teams face against Marty is just getting their timing right, because he's throwing a lot faster than a lot of other guys at this level.
Marty quickly back to the plate, and 1-2-3. Gare delivers 3 straight fastballs and 3 straight strikes, and Koffler is sat down.
Now batting number 4, Brendan Fulcher.
Brendan Fulcher, the third baseman, will step up to the plate now for the Vikings. Gare looks to continue his efficient work. Now, he's got a very, very good fastball, but we've also seen that Marty Gare has an impeccable breaking pitch. This one's a fastball that misses just outside of the zone, 1-0. And that's the one thing we've kind of seen from Marty this season that you can kind of characterize it as. If it's a first pitch ball, he seems to struggle a bit. If it's a first pitch strike, he's getting them out. As that one is a bit high, bouncing out of the glove of Maroney once again. Fulcher kind of had to back out of the box. 2-0. Gare's next pitch is a nice fastball that goes for a strike.
And that's a good comeback pitch. You're early in this game. Nobody on the other team really has your fastball beat it up. So you can throw those quick pitches down the middle and not really worry too much about a big hit, but that one just missed a little low.
Yeah, I heard some reaction from the crowd there after that one was thrown. The 3-1 to Fulcher. This one is ripped on a hard line, but foul and out of play into the woods here over the Cox Mill dugout.
It's going to be a full count here, but Cox Mill's traveled pretty well to this game. We can see this set of bleachers right behind the stands, at least the side on the Cox Mill side, filled up with parents and supporters, hoping to see their boys win and continue their playoff chances.
The full count to Fulcher. Breaking pitch that got him bouncing outside of the box. Fulcher thought that was coming in to hit him. Little did he know that Gare's curveball can move like a video game.
That wasn't in the scouting report, although it probably should have. But no, Fulcher just was not ready for that pitch. That backdoor curveball can really, really beat you up as a right-handed batter against Marty. But he's got the left-hander Sam Yelton up to hit this time.
First pitch to Yelton is a called strike just on the outside corner, 0-1. And I talked to Josh Brown recently. I actually got to talk with him yesterday. He's a relief pitcher for the Chargers, and he had told me Marty's got 3 pitches. He got a 4-seam, a 2-seam, and a nice curveball, as there was one of those fastballs that just waved Yelton high. But he's only got 3 pitches, but those 3 pitches can work extremely well. I've also been told that he is in the process of working on a bit of a slider and a cutter. Swing and a miss. Marty Gare sits down Central Cabarrus 1-2-3. 2 or 3 pitches just shy of the immaculate inning.
But that was a very solid inning there from Marty Gare, and when you see a first inning like that, you can expect a couple more at least from him. Really confidence-based pitcher, but a good first inning like that sets you in the right direction. We'll be right back for the Chargers hit in the top of the second. All right, welcome back to Central Cabarrus High School for the top of the second inning. Leading off for the Chargers in the 5-hole today, Joe Javier. He is playing in the field today, I believe, as the... What is he playing as today? Regardless, he fouls the first one back. He'll start off at 0-1. But Joe Javier, he's the designated hitter today for Jack Randall, who is playing first.
Javier wasn't one of those guys that we saw a lot of action from towards the beginning half of the season, but ever since the McGowan injury, he's played a pretty big role, and he's kind of filled those shoes.
Good take there on the top side. You could tell he kind of wanted it at least a little bit, rotated the shoulders, but did not go anywhere close to all the way around. It's 1-1. He's going to make contact with the 1-1, hit to the third baseman, makes the throw to first in time for the first out.
And there's Fulcher again. We talked about him a lot last game playing over at third, and another nice throw from him delivered over to first to beat the speedy Joe Javier.
So up to hit now, Marty Gare, who had an explosive performance on Tuesday with an absolute bomb of a home run. Hit it. He was a no-doubter as well. Hit it over the left field wall. If we had a replay of that, I would definitely play it over the screen right now, but he's stepping in for his first AB of the game, and he watches one bounce low and in.
Yeah, Darbitt's control on the first pitches have been a little bit everywhere so far. I believe 4 out of the 6 batters, he started with balls, and every single one of those has ended running high in the count.
Good breaking pitch, started high but ended up on the outside half of the plate for a strike. It's going to be 1-1 for Gare. Swings at one way down in the dirt. So it'll be 1-2 now for Marty.
And that's one thing I've mentioned a couple times is that Gare struggles on breaking pitches. He struggles to make good contact on breaking pitches.
Outside half, not good enough. 2-2. But while he has trouble with some contact occasionally, when he gets a hold of one, he gets a hold of one.
I mean, he could put one back to Cox Mill if he gets a hold of one.
The 2-2. Yeah, and there's the breaking pitch, and Gare is set down on strikes for the second out.
Chasing, 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 and that's just one thing you see with some power guys sometimes is that they're so eager to get it over the fence. They don't care where that ball is. They're going to try to put a barrel on it. When you got a breaking pitch that's curving the opposite way that you are in the batter's box, I mean, it's hard to get a barrel on it no matter what.
Up to hit now, Kyle Castle, who he has hot flashes, I would say. But
yes,
he's not having one of those over the last couple games. He's batting a 200 on the year so far, but his OBP is almost double that, so good at drawing the walk.
Castle.
Castle. Back.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Keep interrupting you. Castle's usually batting at about the 5-hole, and I honestly like this spot better because while Castle, like you said, can have those streaks, he can also have those big moments where he comes up with big hits. So Castle's one of those guys where I have confidence with him, and especially in this lower spot where he's batting 7th or 8th to kind of get the bat guys going, to get the leadoff guys up.
Good breaking pitch called for a strike. Similar one we saw just a few pitches ago against Marty Gare. But it's going to be a 1-2 for Castle, and now he's down in the count. And a little bit of a timing. That was a very interesting play there from Darbitt on the mound. He kind of skipped the kick on his stance to try to get the timing off on Castle a little bit, and it worked wonders as he struck him out looking. So the Chargers are then set down 1-2-3 after the Vikings were set down 1-2-3. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second. Still 0-0. Up to hit now for the Vikings, Alex A.J. Darbett, the starting pitcher for the Vikings squad, batting .353 on the year, 2 home runs and 9 RBIs, leads the team in long balls. And here's his first AB against Gare. Takes one on the outside half for a ball. Darbett is a left-handed batter. Takes one high, 2-0.
Man, that pitch is just like borderline. So borderline. That pitch probably crossed just to the Vikings logo on his chest.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Called for a strike on the outside half. Darbett has not offered a swing yet this at bat after 3 pitches. But I'd understand taking a minute to get your bearings.
Oh, most definitely.
Here's the 2-1. Another take from Darbett. That one's low, 3-1.
Yeah, and the fans behind us are not agreeing with a couple of these calls by our home plate umpire today.
Mr. Maroney, who's usually sitting next to us in the booth, is up there shaking his head already. That one's going to go way inside, so that'll be a base on balls even if it didn't hit him, which I'm not sure it did. But the leadoff man for Central is on.
Number 18, Garrison.
Looks like it grazed his foot.
That would be one way to take the opposing starting pitcher out.
That is true. Up to hit now, Garrison Bullock, the catcher. Gare takes a look over at first. Working from the stretch for the first time, Bullock's going to take a confident timeout and take a few steps out. First pitch to him right down the pipe for a called strike. Bullock's looking over at coach for a sign. Darbett's lead is not too gigantic here, but he's leaning back at first. He does not want to get picked off. Bunt is shown by Bullock, and it's sent back into the screen. It'll be a quick 0-2 count.
I really want to see a breaking pitch here from Marty.
I think a lot of people do.
And he doesn't use it a whole lot.
No.
I mean, he likes to keep it kind of as a weapon and bring it out of nowhere when no one's expecting it.
That is 100% true. But runner on first, still nobody out, 0-2 count. And there's the breaking pitch, and not a called strike from the home plate umpire.
I'm very surprised that was not called a strike.
Regardless, Gare's got a 1-2 count on Bullock, so he's not behind by any means.
That's 2 pitches in this inning that I feel like have been right at the top of the zone that just haven't been called.
He's going to get a little bit of a frustration pitch there and miss on the outside, so it's 2 apiece.
Yeah, he definitely. Well, I was gonna say he definitely like his pitch is down, but that last one just looked like it just caught the bottom of the zone and there was no call from him.
So I'm not sure how to read this guy yet.
Here's the 2-2 count. Gare to Bullock, keeping an eye on the guy on first. That one's going to miss. Maroney, and that's a short backstop here at Central Cabarrus. It's only the distance between the plate and the back of the dirt is genuinely farther than the distance between the back of the dirt and the backstop.
Patting it. I mean, in most scenarios, it's going to pretty much roll right back to the catcher. So not a place where pass balls are going to result in a lot of bases stolen.
So from a 3-2, from an 0-2 to a 3-2, sorry,